This channel is sponsored by Pro Football Focus. NFL, college, and fantasy data for every player, every play, every game. Visit ProFootballFocus.com to learn more. Hey guys, and welcome back to Franchise Nation. I am your host, Melissa Orange, and I'm bringing you guys some 49ers news. We have two games that we have to sim because next game we play is against the Giants, week number 4. So, first things first, we didn't need them anymore. We're happy with our offensive line prospects. So we are moving TJ Clemmings to the Houston Texans for a 4th round pick this year and a 6th round pick next year. We'll take a look now at what happened in week number 2 against the Philadelphia Eagles. We lost by a final score of 24-17. Let's see where it came down to 2 turnovers for each team. Okay. Mack Kenny, 321 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Not bad. 59% completion percentage. Not great, but wasn't bad. Lamar Miller did a pretty good job against us. Jamon Alden set 15 for 79, but a fumble. So a little over 5 yards per carry. Mack Kenny, Marton Austin, short yardage back. Bernie Lauderdale, 10 receptions, 90 yards. Dale Austin, 9 for 128. Ertz, Chris Arnold, 6 for 103. Nate Hill, 4 for 82. Dwayne Harris, Jamon Alden, Mason, etc., etc., etc. Okay, no sacks or pancakes. That's a little odd. But Michael Kendricks, Malcolm Jenkins with 12 tackles. Maurice Baxter, 10. Stewart, 9. McNeil, 8. Reed, Lynch. Dundrecous Smith with 6. JT Ogletree, tackles for a loss, 2 for Fairley, 1 for Austin, 1 for Hunt, 1 for Najee Simon. Okay. Kind of curious how many snaps everybody played. I'll take a look at that in a minute. Who got the interceptions? Oh! Damn! Dundrecous Smith with the interception. Demetrius McCray with the interception for the Eagles. A few deflections. Maurice Priester got 2 in there. Forced fumbles. Byron Maxwell, Dundrecous Smith. And Smith got a fumble recovery. Not even bad Dundrecous. Like, shit, man. That's... okay. McManus, 1 for 1. And General. Okay. Wow. 99 snaps for Dundrecous Smith. That's a lot. That's a little too high. But you know what? It's okay. Dante Johnson got some snaps. So he did play the full game. I wanted to see just how much he played. Let's take a look about injuries, and then we're going to advance on to the next week and see how we do against the Cowboys before advancing to the week against the Giants. So injuries, nothing for us. Let's see if the Cowboys have any injuries coming in. No, they have literally no injuries. Okay. So with that being said, we'll be right back. All right, we are back, and we won week number 3 at the Dallas Cowboys. Don't know what it's going to look like yet, but there we go. So, San Francisco wins by a final of 5 points, and no turnovers for the 49ers. Not bad. Didn't win the battle of time of possession, but can't always. Mack Kenny, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. 45% completion. A really rough game. But big plays, I guess, did the job. Derek Carr, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jamon Alden, 11 for 58. Martin Austin, 11 for 45. Theo Riddick, 21 for 89. Des Bryant, 7 for 88, 2 scores. Tank Roberts, Nate Hill. Chris Arnold, not bad. Jamon Mason with a touchdown. Who had the big touchdown? Wow. So he had 3 receptions for no yards. A bunch of screens to Jamon Mason. I guess that's what they wanted to do. But Bernie Lauderdale, 1 reception. Jamon Alden, 1 reception. Okay. In terms of sacks, 2 allowed from Tyron Smith, 1 from Brandon Thomas. Not bad. Felix Grant with a pancake. Dundrecous Smith, 14 tackles. Jamal McNeil, 10. Lynch, 10. Malcolm Jenkins, 9. Priester, 8. Lynch, 1 tackle for a loss. Ben Doyle, a tackle for a loss. 2 sacks for Mike Daniels, 1 for Najee Simon, half for Lynch, half for McNeil, half for Jenkins, half for Heath Jackson. Interceptions. Malcolm Jenkins, And Dundrecous Smith again. 2 more pass deflections. 4 catches allowed for he, Priester, etc. Heath Jackson, a forced fumble, but no recovery. And Malcolm Jenkins, he actually got a pick 6. And Ben Doyle got a safety. Damn. Wow. Okay. Kicking, nothing. Punting. How many inside the 20? Okay, 1. Kick return, punt return. All right, so that means that we are 2-1, and we'll be taking on the New York Giants from MetLife Stadium in this next episode, which will be going up on Wednesday. Let's take a look. Around the league, we'll look at Brady Johns in a minute. We're 2-1. Best record in the division. Cardinals 1-2. Seahawks 1-2. Rams 1-2. Giants are 1-2 as well. Okay. How about them Bears? 3-0 with Brady Johns under center. Not bad. Let's check out injuries. Then we're going to look at team stats. Then we're going to look at season stats. We're going to look at season stats, and we're going to look at career stats. Only injury is Rakeem Coley. It was requested for you guys to see the career stats for our players, so I'll show that. Let's see. What was I going to look at first? Oh yeah, I wanted to see how Brady Johns did those 2 games. So the Bears, 33-25. Okay. Brady Johns, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 150 yards, 14 for 17. But he got hurt. I don't know if he's hurt still. We'll find out. 5 carries. Okay. Is he better? Is he still hurt? Because if he's hurt, then, well, that would just be awful. Oh, he played again. Nice. Brady Johns. And Jameis Winston, now the starting quarterback, it seems, unless Evan Dorsey's hurt. See, it doesn't show injuries. Brady Johns, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 77%. He's been really good since he left. I don't know where this Brady Johns was, but obviously it wasn't for us that he was playing this well. So with that being said, let's take a look at the players of the week. I think Dundrecous Smith probably won player of the week at least once. Let's see. Malcolm Jenkins got it this week, and okay, so Rodgers back-to-back weeks. Oh, he put up 11 passing touchdowns the past 2 weeks after losing to us. He's a little bit pissed. A little bit. Okay, so let's see. Mack Kenny, 873 yards, 9 touchdowns, 1 pick at 60 completion percentage. Not bad. Not bad at all. Jamon Alden, 41 for 185, 4.5 yards per carry, no touchdowns. Mack Kenny has a rushing touchdown. Bernie Lauderdale, 15 for 209, 2 scores. Nate Hill, 12 for 214, no touchdowns yet. Chris Arnold with 2. Jamon Mason with 3. Deangelo Daniel with 2. Kevin Everett with 1 reception. It was a beauty. Tevin Culver, 1 reception for 0 yards. Sacks allowed, only 1 from Felix Grant. Not bad. Total tackles, Dundrecous Smith is number 2 behind Malcolm Jenkins. Jamal McNeil, bunch of tackles for a loss. Sacks, 4 for Mike Daniels, 1 for a bunch of other guys. Interceptions, 2 for Jenkins, 2 for Dundrecous. And in terms of forced fumbles, 1 for a few different guys. Kicking, McManus is what, like 1 for 1? He's 1 for 1 through 3 games. And 18 punts from Marquette King already. Not ideal. Not ideal. But no kick return, no punt return touchdowns for us. And now we're just going to take a look at the league leaders real quick, and then we'll go to our actual career stats for the players. So starting off with passing, Rodgers 12 touchdowns and 4 interceptions on the season. Mack Kenny right there behind him in terms of quarterback rating, which is not bad. Ben Roethlisberger, Evan Dorsey. Yeah, he's the backup now. Wow. That's a very fluid situation, I guess. Sacks, Cam, already 16 times. Most of them are his fault. Bryce Petty, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, 908 yards at 65%. Best completion percentage goes to Brady Johns, 79%. Then Rodgers. Evan Dorsey is right up there, but he hasn't played. Rushing yards. Theo Riddick leads the way, 311. LaShawn McCoy, Lamar Miller, Joseph Randle, Quentin Jackson, Sammy Garner. Touchdowns. Parker Walker, 5. Okay. Fumbles. 3 for Joseph Randle, 3 for Mason, 3 for Curry Gordon. Oh, well, there's Elgin Armstead. Leading the way in fumbles, I guess. 40 carries, 178 yards. Not bad. So he's not getting the... Is he getting the majority carries in Carolina? Let's see. Seems like it. Yeah, he is. 178 yards, 4.4 yards per carry versus Alden, 41 for 185. They're pretty similar right now. Not really surprising. 59.3 yards versus 61.7. Charles Johnson, obviously leading the league in receptions. Not in receiving yards. Griffin Grant leads the way there. Another player who has changed teams. Mike Evans, Charles Johnson, Zach Russell. Touchdowns. 5 for Alshon, 4 for Antonio Brown, 4 for Perriman, 4 for the rookie Seth Riley, 4 for Aguilar, 3 for a bunch of guys, including Jamon Mason, Rack, Watkins, Grant, Mason, Rack average, Kevin Everett, then other guys, then Mason. Longest touchdown of the season, 90 yards there. And longest touchdown of the season, 42 yards, or 42 yards as longest play. No one, wow, only 4 rushes of over 20 yards so far. A little low. Worst offensive line, Jordan Mills, Courtney Marsh. Tackle, Sam Barrington leads the way. Tackles for a loss, J.J. Watt. Okay, sacks, Cameron Bennett. Interceptions is the one I want to say. 4 for Adrian Narquise. Interesting. I heard that you have to do AFC and NFC to see the sacks properly. So 4 for Hightower, 3.5, 3.5, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, and 4, 4, 3.5, 3, 3, 3, 2.5, 2.5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So that explains that. Lots of sacks going around the league so far. And now we're going to look at the career statistics because I know it's been requested. So Mack Kenny, 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions so far in his career, sitting at a pretty 67 completion percentage. Then we have Bradford, 84 touchdowns, 48 picks. Gabbert, 64 at 52. Rushing, Jamon Alden eclipsed 3,000 yards. 579 carries, 5.3 yards per carry, 22 touchdowns, 3 fumbles in his career. Crazy. 86 broken tackles. Let's do the math on that. 3 fumbles on 579 carries. 579 divided by 3 equals 1 fumble every 193 carries. I think he fumbled in his first game too, didn't he? So that's pretty impressive. Nate Hill, 319 receptions, 4,717 yards, 40 touchdowns. Lauderdale, 19. Arnold, 23. Daniel, 10. Mason, 18. Alden, 3. Conley, 4. Culliver, 4. Let's see. Longest touchdown goes to Jamon Mason, 82. Okay. Not bad at all. Chris Arnold has missed a lot of time. Sacks allowed. Freddie Young, 17. Lael Collins, 16. But our guards are young. Our tackles are young, so not bad. Malcolm Jenkins, 1,127 tackles. Probably in his final season with the 49ers. Eric Reed, Aaron Lynch, McNeil. Let's see, tackles for a loss. 59 for Reed, 56 for Aaron Lynch. 30 for Dallas Austin, 29 for Mike Daniels, 25 for Jawan Carey, 16 for McNeil, 50 for Aaron Edwards. Okay. Sacks, 52 for Aaron Lynch, 52 for Mike Daniels, 21.5 for Dallas Austin. Tank Carolina, 16.5. Sedale Hunt, 16. Aaron Edwards, 15. Eric Reed, 9.5. Dundrecous Smith, 5.5. Interceptions, 22 for Jenkins, 20 for Motes, 14 for Reed, 6 for McNeil, 6 for Ogletree, 4 for Dundrecous, 4 for Heath, 3 for Jones, 2 for Priester, 2 for Duncan, 1 for Malden, and 1 for Moody. Pass deflections, a lot. Forced fumbles, 11 for Jenkins, 9 for McNeil, 7 for Reed, 6 for Dundrecous. Recovery, 7 for Jenkins, and 7 for Reed. Safeties, 1 for a few different guys. Block kicks, none. Okay. And touchdowns, 6 touchdowns for Malcolm Jenkins, 2 for McNeil. And Brandon McManus, kicking game, it's very strong. 83%, not bad. Punts, 500 punts for Marquette King in his career. 130 inside the 20, 79 touchbacks. He's a really good punter. Le'Veon Duncan, 5 kick return touchdowns, Antonio Moody with 1. And 2 punt return touchdowns for Le'Veon Duncan, 1 for Antonio Moody. Alright, so that's that. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you, because I'm not going to show you scouting right now, it's a little too early for that. But I am going to show you the re-sign page. Because these are things that we're going to have to start considering. We have a lot of players that we need to re-sign. We have $61 million cap. We have Marquette King, who's now 31 years old. Jamal McNeil, who we have to bring back. Malcolm Jenkins, who we're probably not. Then we have some options. Juwan Carey, Sedale Hunt, Chris Arnold, Ogletree, Carradine, Reed, Austin, Edwards, Byron Jones, Chris Conley, and Lorenzo Malden. If it were me, we'd bring back, just me in a vacuum, just going off of this right now. We'd bring back King, McNeil, Hunt, Reed, Byron Jones. Which means that we would let go of Jenkins, Carey, Arnold, Ogletree, Carradine, Austin, Edwards, Conley, and Malden. I do think that Dallas Austin, who's been good for us, has not been great. I don't think he has been. Texas Wrangler's been a lot of fun, but he's made some big plays, but I don't know if he's been exactly a stud. Juwan Carey's very replaceable. I'd like to bring back Eric Reed. He's a little bit older now, 28, but he's been very crucial for us, and he and Dundrecous have really good chemistry already. JT Ogletree is interesting because I just don't think he's been playing that well. I'd be okay moving Byron Jones to the full-time nickel if we don't bring back Ogletree. I think we do need a nickel back more than anything, and I don't know if Ogletree is really a fit there. Chris Arnold is kind of replaceable at this point. We could move Deangelo Daniel out wide, and we could put Chris Arnold. We could just not have him anymore and keep Mason in the slot and have Daniel and Hill and have 2 6'4" twin towers, which would be crazy. Sedale Hunt I like, but we could always let him go. We'll see how he does this season. We can always tag him. And then Malcolm Jenkins, we have his replacement ready. He's getting old. He's 32. As a safety, he's going to be losing a lot of quickness out there. And as our deep safety, it'd be good to have, Chisom Patton take over that role this season. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be taking on the New York Giants in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. I'm Moonlight Swami, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace.